That's crazy.
Mindset. We'll be looking at whether Dexter Morgan, the infamous Bay Harbor
Dexter Epstein clientlarını avlayabilir mi?
could take out some of the most popular, influential and wealthy clients of Jeffrey Epstein. The first client we're ranking is none other than Bill Gates, better known as the Microsoft guy. He's the former richest man and a massive...
Oğlum avlar herhalde ya Dexter. Sovina 3. ayıyla kalp atmadı kalbi kurusu. Teşekkür ederim.
Philanthropist. Honestly, I can finally see where Gates got the inspiration for naming his
Dexter
Windows products. Well,
avlayamaz
except
bence.
for this one. Melinda French Gates divorced Bill Gates in 2021 since she knew that both Gates and Epstein touched many young lives and didn't want to be a distraction to Bill Gates.
It's gonna be great.
Anyways, the question remains, would Dexter be able to hunt down this billionaire geek? You see, Gates always has professional security at all times. His schedule, travel and residences are tightly controlled and frequently changed, which means there is no way the Bay Harbor butcher could take him out in the open. I know, Gates has been pied in the face in the open.
Bayağı gibi.
Evet. 5 dakika önce avlar diye düşündüm. Sonra diğer videoları izleyince diğer videoları hatırlıyorsunuz. Avlayamaz bence.
But we're talking about Dexter giving him
çok high profile bir adam ya. Dexter öyle birini öldürmüyor ki. Birini öldürüyordu gerçi. Şu yeni dizide, neyse spoiler vermeyeyim de. Ama o adam da farklı
getting his
yani.
revenge on humanity ever since by trying to reduce the population by whatever means necessary. So the only way I see Dexter taking out Gates is if he's isolated, like in a hotel room, or better yet, on Epstein's island. Dexter could take his boat from Miami and head to Epstein's island, stalk Gates, go to his room, and while Gates is touching young lives, Dexter could take him out. Though Dexter would have to be quick and wouldn't be able to do the butchery ritual, since there would probably be young people with Gates and there would be hidden cameras, Dexter would have to worry about that too. So I'm placing Bill Gates in the messy hunt tier. Extremely risky. Dexter would have to stalk and plan for months to have an opportunity to take out Bill Gates. The second client we're ranking is Donald J. Trump, an orange man who is the 45th and 47th US president, a billionaire, playboy, and most importantly, a Domino's advertiser, where he is most famous for promoting a $5 pizza deal. Other smaller things to know about the guy. He enjoys bullying world leaders and is threatening to take Greenland. Among all the disciples of Epstein, Trump appears to be the big...
Ya Dexter genelde hep avlayacağı kişilerle böyle bir... Bu adama nasıl yaklaşacak yani? Dünyadaki en ünlü insanlardan biri.
So, out of the bat, I'm going to put Donald Trump in the dark passenger denied tier. The reason, he's currently the strongest person in the world. Probably has more security personnel than people living in Greenland. He has people whose job is literally to taste his food to check if there is any poison in it. So, I don't see Dexter taking him out. The only way I could think of is if Dexter snipes him. But again, there are Secret Service counter snipers.
Bunların hepsini öldürmesi 12 sezon anca sürer.
As well, and it would be extremely difficult to flee from the scene. So, yeah, not possible. The third client we're ranking is Chris Tucker, a comedian and actor who is famous for playing Detective James Carter in the Rush Hour film series. Chris has addressed his appearance in the Epstein files by claiming that his connection was limited to a humanitarian trip to Africa with former President Bill Clinton, for which Epstein provided a plane. So, like all of Epstein's clients, Chris also has security personnel and bodyguards whenever he's traveling, performing or attending events. But unlike billionaires and presidents, Chris doesn't need armed guards 24/7, only having private security when needed. So I really...
Chris Tucker bayağı var bu arada ya Epstein dosyalarında. Bayağı. Çok fotoğrafı var yani. Chris Tucker'la alakalı mailleşme var mıydı hatırlamıyorum da çok fazla şey var Chris Tucker'la alakalı işte. Fotoğraf çok vardı.
See Dexter being able to pull this one off. Similar to how Dexter took out Jordan Chase in season 5, now Chris could be compared with Jordan, since both are high-profile individuals, one being a comedian.
He was like, ooh. He said, man, that's Prince trying to get your attention. So I turned around and I was like, hey, Prince, how you? He's small, so I was like, hey, Prince, how you doing? And he's so short you can see his feet on his driver's license, but he's short.
And the other being a motivational speaker. Both have a bit of security, so if Dexter plays his cards right, it wouldn't be a tough matchup. I'm putting Chris Tucker firmly in the dark passengers delight tier. The next client we're ranking is another geek named Stephen Hawking, an English theoretical physicist, cosmologist, and author. Basically a guy who was obsessed with black holes for some reason. Just by taking a look at the guy, he seems to be an extremely easy target. I mean, the geek doesn't have security like the other geek Gates has. He only has security during public appearances, mainly for crowd control, not personal protection like presidents or billionaires.
Hawking bence ez değil. Çünkü yanında hep böyle birileri olmak zorunda. Solo takılmıyor ki
Hawking
adam.
had ALS, which left him paralyzed and reliant on a wheelchair and communication devices. The guy could only move 2 fingers, his eyes, and a cheek muscle, so he's completely cooked.
Can I give you a hug?
The Bay Harbor butcher would probably break into his house, set up a table, and wouldn't even need his M99. I can't think of an easier kill than this one. Oh, and also, Stephen Hawking is already dead, which makes this even easier. I'm putting
Doğru.
Stephen Hawking firmly in the plastic wrap speedrun tier. The last client we'll be ranking is another Bill, named Bill Clinton, better known as Bubba. You would probably need some ball knowledge to properly understand this nickname. Anyways, he is a former US president, and when he was serving his term, a scandal erupted in 1998. This involved Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky, a White House intern. Their relationship began in 1995 when Clinton was 49 years old and Lewinsky was 22. It was revealed that Clinton had engaged in relations with...
Evet, bu olay çok meşhur Clinton'da. Abi bence Clinton'ı öldürebilir ya. Eski başkanların ne kadar koruması oluyor ki?
Asked about the Epstein files.
Any comments on the alleged allegation of your connection with Jeffrey Epstein?
Yup, he probably reminisces about the good old times in his mind. He probably remembers the days when there were no phones in sight and only he and his friends enjoying the moments. I believe he's one of the most photographed persons in the Epstein files and really isn't even hiding it. I mean, this painting of Bill Clinton wearing Lewinsky's clothes was found in Jeffrey Epstein's home. So yeah, certified young life's toucher. Taking out Bill Clinton would be extremely difficult for Dexter, since the Secret Service provides lifelong protection for former
Oğlum CIA ömür boyu koruma veriyormuş
US
şeylere.
presidents and their
Eski
families.
başkanlara.
Dexter mostly relies on isolation, and Clinton is constantly in the public eye and has 24/7 personal protection from Secret Service agents, which would be near impossible, though I'd still rank him below Donald Trump. So, Bubba is going in the messy hunt tier, though if we're talking about the late 90s, then Bubba would be...
Secret Service nasıl CIA değil oğlum? Secret Service CIA değil mi lan? Saraya bağlı mı Secret Service? Harbi mi lan? Aa. O zaman öldürür, sıkıntı yok. 20 sene önceden video. Oğlum burada kaslı at var. Koyayım, ikisi yan yana gelmiş. Böyle bir şey nasıl mümkün? Böyle bir olasılık. Dünya üzerinde bunun olma olasılığı yüzde kaçtır? Mümkünatı yok.